Oh, why do you think? Because I don't really understand the science behind laughter, like the endorphins and so forth.
Yep.
So, from a philosophical standpoint, I'm going to ask this question.
Yep.
Or sorry, I'm going to ask this question. You can answer it from a philosophical standpoint, and then you can answer it from a scientific standpoint as well. But why is laughter important?
Well, once you understand the benefits that it has for you, it's critical. All right. So we talk about a sense of sight, smell, sound. These are all our senses. Another thing it's called a sense of humour.
Yeah.
And so that is a sense that's really, really important. Otherwise, we wouldn't be gifted with a sense of humour. Now, political correctness and all that sort of stuff is sort of stymied.
It's taken it away from us.
Our sense of humour more than a little bit. And all of a sudden we're going, this isn't funny, this isn't funny, this isn't funny, so we don't laugh. Now, we're a really stressed society nowadays, and we're falling ill to a whole heap of illnesses because we are so stressed and we've actually lost our sense of humour, the ability to provide that balance to say, well, this is really dark, but this is really, really light. So when you understand what laughter does to you at a mind, body and physiological point of view, you say to yourself, I really need to do this on a regular basis. It's a bit like saying, Bill, why is going to the gym important? Well, to get your heart and lungs pumping and to keep your weight down and keep your metabolism. That's why it's important. And if you don't do it, you're going to get sick. Laughter is an aerobic exercise. And once you understand what it does, you go, well, it's really important that I do it. So to run through the major things that it does, it improves your immune system. This has got a lot to do with the vagal nerve that attaches from your brain to your gut. And every time you laugh, it actually moves that vagal nerve, the connection between the body and the mind. So that's the body-mind-spirit link, when we talk about yoga that we refer to with laughter yoga. But then the other thing that's happening is moving the lymph around our body, all right? So our lymph duct goes right down our guts there as well too. And the diaphragm's pushing this lymph all around our body.
Cleaning out the cobwebs.
All that sort of stuff, and if your lymphatic system's moving around and creating all the killer cells and doing what it's supposed to do, it's going to keep you healthier than if you don't. And that's what laughter does. That's what we talk about when we talk about boost the immune system. Increases oxygen to the cells of your body and your brain. Laughter's an exhalation process. So the only way you can get oxygen in is to get carbon dioxide out, as simple as that. So if you laugh,
Oh, this is great. You're dragging me along.
Hang on. It gets better. The point I'm making is laughter is extreme exhalation.
Yeah.
And guess what happens after extreme exhalation? Extreme inhalation.
Yeah.
All right. So it gets more oxygen.
It's kind of like hyperoxygenating your system.
You got it.
Yeah. Okay,
absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. Another thing called meditation does exactly the same thing.
I meditate every day.
There you go. I was talking to a guy built similar to you, and I'm going, you obviously work out.
Greek God.
The Greek God, that's right, yes.
Greek God who hasn't been in the gym for a while.
I said to him, what do you do? He goes, I'm into this hyperbaric stuff. He said, 2 hours a day in an oxygen tank. I'm going, well, you could laugh. Yeah. I said, it's actually a similar process. So everyone's into this massive hits of oxygen. And that's what laughter does. So the more oxygen into your body goes into the cells, which is health, energy, providing glucose there, getting you up and about, but healthy brain as well. So your brain doesn't function without oxygen, and about 25% more oxygen required than other organs in the body. So why don't you laugh? Because once you finish laughing, you get this massive oxygen intake like you've never experienced. That's the second thing. Blood circulation, so it relaxes the muscles to allow the blood to flow more freely around the body, which is important because the blood carries the oxygen. Yeah. And then once it's finished carrying the oxygen, it picks up the rubbish and it actually expels the rubbish. So the blood combined with the oxygen is what's known as aerobic exercise. Yeah. And that's what we do in a laughter session. We provide aerobic exercise. Pain relief. We proved this with the pain management research study that we just did. It reduces pain. Let's just say through the endorphins for now. We won't go into the placebo, which is real. But then it helps people to manage their pain levels. So we found that not only does it reduce pain, but they have the ability to manage their pain levels so much better. So it reduces pain. Usually after a laughter session, people say, I've got no pain for 2 hours. Now that I believe through my readings is directly resultant because the endorphins going straight into the spinal cord and numbing the nervous system. Depression or anxiety, big issues at the moment.
Huge issues.
Huge issues. We call it mental health. It's actually mental illness. And you can't be depressed or anxious and laugh.
Yeah.
All right. So just for that,
hand in hand.
Just for that period of time when you're in the moment, because when you're laughing, you're in the present moment. With depression, you're stuck in the past. With anxiety, you're in fear of the future. When you laugh, it doesn't matter which end of the scale that you're at. You're just in the present moment. So I say to people, would you like to, just for the next hour, have no depression or no anxiety? And they go, oh, bring it on. And for that hour, we actually put them into a state of nothing. And they go, that was really cool. I think, Bill, it then gets them questioning, hang on, do I really have to be depressed?
Yeah.
Is this really a state that I have to be in, or is there another way of getting out of it? And look, at the end of the day, that's what medications do. They take you out of the depressive or out of the anxious state. Doesn't cure the problem. It just takes you out of that state for a period of time.
But it's brain training as well with the anxiety and depression stuff. Like if you're training your brain to be in the if you can spend an hour of your 16 hours of waking day being totally present, that's why depression and anxiety and meditation is great. Going for a surf is great. Going for a bike ride, having sex with your partner, whatever. All these things that we have, you can't really focus on the past or the future and be depressed. You have to be in the moment.
Correct.
You don't get those. You don't get that many of them in your day. If you're awake for 16 hours in the day, if you can slot in an hour of laughter therapy where you're going to be having to be in the present, that's training your brain. It's a skill of your brain. It's like kicking a football. The more that you practice one state of mind, so I think that's amazing.